Okay, hey everyone. I'm Benny. I'm here for Volocopter, and what we do, you see directly here, we're building air taxis. And if you came here from the airport, depending how your travel policy is, some probably took the train, but some others probably also took a taxi. And in normal traffic conditions, that can take 1 to 2 hours. And the idea with the Volocopter is to get rid of being stuck in traffic, offering a different mode of transport, fully electric, with an air taxi, with people moving into the city, more congestion. We will see that in the future. CO2 emissions will also increase. That's the reason why when we started Volocopter back in 2011, we had this idea of using also the third dimension, but fully electric. We will start with a 2-seater aircraft. We will later on then expand it to a 5-seater aircraft, or with one pilot, due to the limitations of the technology. Use case, I guess, is pretty simple. Simple routes at the start from the airport to the city center, and as soon as technology evolves, then also longer routes connecting suburbs to the city, and later, at a later point in time, maybe even connecting cities, especially in the Asian part of this world. We decided on a pretty simple and straightforward business model. We want to be an aircraft OEM, so manufacturing these aircrafts, starting with a 2-seater, I said it before, 1 pilot, 1 passenger, and then a 5-seater aircraft, always together with our software platform, what we call VoloIQ. So think of it as a Tesla model, hardware plus software, where we sell our aircrafts to our customers with our software platform, and we not only generate revenues through selling the aircrafts, but also in the operations when our customers are operating it. Our customers are airlines, helicopter operators, and also emergency medical service operators. We have a great partnership with ADAC. They do the helicopter emergency services in Germany, and they've conducted a great study where eVTOLs can actually, over time, take away helicopters and massively reduce the cost of operations. Our product lineup looks like this. 2-seater with limited range. Yes, it's not the great ranges from the start, but again, comparing ourselves with Tesla, they also started with the Roadster, which wasn't a perfect product right from the start, but what it did, it allowed an early market entry. It allows us to shape the market, to create a market, and still be the leading player in the market, because we will get our type certificate. So the aircraft needs to be certified from EASA, the European Aviation Safety Agency, still within this year. And this means we will be the first Western eVTOL company to receive type certificate. Later, the Volocity Next Gen, we call it, the C model, has a configuration of 1 pilot and 4 passengers, also with a longer range then. Expected the market entry is 2027. And important to note here is that we are designing these aircrafts at the same safety level as a passenger aircraft, a Boeing or an Airbus one, 10 to the power of -9. Normally, a helicopter, for example, only gets to 10 to the power of -6 or 10 to the power of -7. Yeah? And through our easy multi-redundancy concept, we were able to get to 10 to the power of 9, which means 1 critical incident in every billion flight hours. The VoloIQ, I already mentioned it briefly before, is the digital backbone, the operating system for our customers to operate our aircraft, but it does much more than that. It's also directly connected then with the UTM, so the Urban Traffic Management System. It allows for battery management. The maintenance logistics can be done via VoloIQ. And we have also designed it agnostically. So also other eVTOL companies and operators can use it to operate different vehicles amongst their fleet. I talked a little bit about the start and the order book. Our aircrafts will be flying still this year in Paris, where our operating partner ADP, Aéroports de Paris, the owner of the Paris airports, they are building the infrastructure and they also plan to operate. An initial market activation phase, we called it, because also due to the fact of the Paris Olympics this year, I think they also underestimated a little bit the challenges with such a mega event. So we will start slowly operating 1 or 2 routes, and then they will commercially ramp up until the end of the year. Next to Paris, we are also planning to launch together with our partners in Rome, because in 25 there is the Jubilee event in the Vatican happening. So also our partners there plan to operate the vehicles from the end of this year, beginning of next year. And then we are expanding together with our partners towards Asia. We have a great partnership with Geely, the car manufacturer in China. We have a joint venture with them. They will operate through the joint venture in China from 26 onwards. And in NEOM in Saudi Arabia and also in Japan, together with Japan Airlines and Sumitomo, they will operate these aircrafts then also in Japan and Saudi Arabia accordingly. Another great example, I mentioned it before, is ADAC. They believe eVTOLs will create a massive impact on the helicopter emergency services. And we also have a partnership with Bristow, the helicopter operator, to start operations also in the US and the UK from 25 onwards. I kept it pretty short because I hope Volocopter is quite familiar already in this sphere. We're planning to do our pre-IPO round at the end of this year, as soon as we've obtained a type certificate. And if you have any further questions about the race, about Volocopter as such, please feel free to reach out. And thank you very much for your attention.